Hi, I'm Greg Gutfeld, now with 99% more germ-killing power. Here's what's coming up. The Washington Post sends a stampede of reporters to get the dirt on Donald Trump. Now maybe we'll find out why he stole that curtain from the Muppet Show. Does Facebook suppress conservative news stories? Zuckerberg says he'll investigate. I say, really? You're getting your news from Facebook? Plus, the most honest commencement address of the year. Afterwards, you will cry yourself to sleep. Let's get started, America. I've only got an hour on the meter outside. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's so sharp, you can shave your legs with his thoughts. It's actor and comedian Greg Proops. He's the author of the great book, The Smartest Book in the World. He's so Titanic, Leo DiCaprio keeps trying to mount him. It's TNA wrestler Tyrus. Yes. He's so tough, he flosses with an anaconda, then rinses with lighter fluid. It's Navy SEAL Carl Higbie. His new book, Enemies, Foreign and Domestic, A SEAL Story. Like a leg cast, she's always plastered. Joanne Nosuchinsky, the drunk. They don't applaud the regulars. And she's like a sleeping bag, always intense. National Review reporter Katherine Timpf, don't moan, it's free. And now, it's time for another edition of everybody's favorite sitcom. This week, the Washington Post released audio featuring a Donald Trump publicist named John Miller, who sounds a hell of a lot like Trump himself. The giveaway? I can tell you that.
I can tell you that. I can tell you this. No, she called and wanted to go out with him. That I can tell you.
I think I've heard that somewhere.
I will tell you one thing. That would affect me.
Sure. I can tell you that...
Well, I don't know what happened, but I can tell you that...
So is it really, Donald? If you ask him, you'll just upset him. I can tell you that.
Is that something you did with any regularity?
No, and it was not me on the phone. It was not me on the phone. And it doesn't sound like me on the phone, I will tell you that.
That is amazing. Trump's denying it, but why? Just own it. You are a salesman, Donald, and you were just selling you. You were in love with Marla, and you wanted her. It's nuts what you did, but it's also really, really romantic. Donald tried to impress a girl using the classic sales technique called the testimonial. We all know they're fake, but we still fall for them. At least Trump became his own fan. He didn't even disguise his voice, so even when he's making up, he's honest. It's like a 1990s version of favoriting your own tweet. So out of love, he became John Miller, like Beyonce becoming Sasha Fierce, Eminem becoming Slim Shady. It's two for the price of one, like Chang and Eng. Now consider how this habit could save on government salaries. President Trump could be his own VP. His own Secretary of State. Do all meetings by phone. He could be anyone. Hello, ISIS. This is your boss, al-Baghdadi. Enough with the killing and buy more Trump water. Look, blaming Trump for selling Trump, it's like blaming a slice of pizza for burning the roof of your mouth. It's what he does. He sells. And he just took it beyond the sales floor. Look how he beat the media with the time-worn sales gimmick of reciprocity. For years, he gladly did interviews every morning, like free samples at Costco. His TV appearances were the free cheese on the toothpicks. So it's no surprise that now the media bought the whole damn log. Trump's that guy who says, hey, remember when I helped you move that sofa 6 years ago? Well, I'm running for president now. And if it's working on us, think what it could do to the world. And that's tonight's episode of...
That's my
Proops. Proops.
Gutfeld.
Who has not done this, right? Granted, he's 44 when he did it, but you've done this.
Oh, sure, Greg. When I got on this show, I called and I said, I have Greg Proops for you. And then I put myself on the phone and went, hello. This is Greg Proops, not the person you heard a minute ago. No, I've never done it. It's deceitful and awful, and anyone that does it shouldn't be ever allowed to do anything.
I wouldn't have a dating life if we didn't do that.
Yeah. Do you, Carl, have you done this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How did you think I got my first job?
Yeah, that's true. I used to
was
do
my
this.
own reference.
This is like a crank call. It's like a crank call, Tyrus, right?
Yeah. It's like I used to do this when I didn't want to go to school. Oh, yes, this is Mr. Murdoch. My son George is terribly sick and attractive, so we're going to keep him at home because he's really attractive. You know, look, Donald Trump should have owned it, and he just should have said, look, I invented catfishing before catfishing was cool.
Yes.
You know, and I'm really, really good at it.
Yeah.
I'm the best catfisher of all time.
He's also banking on the fact that everybody in Brooklyn sounds the same. Your cab driver, your pharmacist, your doctor, everybody. So he's banking on that.
Well, I have a theory that right now there are 5 Trump employees in a room poring over phone books from the 1990s looking for publicist named John Miller, very common name. They find one. If he's still alive, he's getting $5 million to say he did this. Doesn't that make sense?
I hope he's Asian.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what killed me, that he picked John Miller.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, exactly.
Is that generic?
I know. That's why.
Right.
That's why you can't.
Hi, this is Walt Mart, and I'm calling from a place. Wow.
Kat, there are a lot of conspiracies or a lot of scandals going on both sides. Where does this one rank?
See, yeah, Hillary scandals, it's like people die, and this is just funny. Like, I know it's awful and a bad thing to do, and I've never done it, not because I wouldn't, but because I don't have the self-confidence to think I could pull it off.
Yeah.
Which is a case when that can be helpful. But I'm a little jealous of his self-esteem.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah.
You know, that's something, to be that delusionally obsessed with yourself. I would never be sad again. I might even, like, go out at night.
I wouldn't suggest that.
But when your hair is sponsored by Carhartt, you have to be that confident.
Yeah, that is true. I will say, though, I think that what he did was what guys do when they're smitten, right?
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
you do crazy stuff like that? Like this is something George Costanza would do to impress a girl.
Yeah, I've done. But we usually don't call. We usually say, I heard a rumor that you said this about me, and I did that. Like, they don't necessarily call with the same exact voice. But the seriousness of this is that this happened 25 years ago, and Donald Trump has done a great job of making all the politicians like liars, and everyone's behind it in his base. They often make jokes that they're not smart. We get this.
Yeah.
And why lie about it?
Yeah.
Like,
that's the
you're
thing.
on People magazine saying, I did it. He got in hot water with his girlfriend at the time, and it was a joke gone wrong. And if he was this would be over. We wouldn't even be talking about it.
I will say, though, it's a joke. That was a 14-minute commitment to the joke, which is the kind of man we need in the White House. A man who will commit full-heartedly to something. He won't back down. He won't get scared. It's brilliant.
Have you ever not been on the end of conversation? Because I've been there. It was supposed to be a 2-minute phone call.
Yes.
You just didn't know how to end it.
Exactly.
I've been there. And like right now, I want to get out of this, but I don't know how to. Yeah. So I'm going to keep talking until somebody says something.
Yeah.
Somebody say something. Greg, say something.
I go, I can tell you he's a good guy. I can tell you he's a good guy. That's what I love, is like he was trying to get this out to Marla, because I think he'd been asking Marla for her hand in marriage with the prenup, and she was saying no. I can't believe I'm talking about this from the 1990s, but that's what's beautiful about this. This is a romantic story, Greg.
It is. If your idea of romance is to be with an orange man and
it is
have his power all around you and in you, then yeah, I guess it is a romantic story.
This is outside the box thinking, though.
Yeah.
This is what we need.
Yeah, this is like somebody who there is no box here.
No.
There is no box.
Outside the box.
There's a box, but it's a box with a mirror in it and an echo chamber. He looks at himself, he loves her, he wants her, but he wants himself more, and so he sells himself to her.
You know, there's also True. You know what it is?
No.
Remember the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where Larry David hires somebody to mug his ex-wife's therapist?
Psychiatrist, yes.
Yes, so that he can be a hero.
Right.
Yeah.
This is how men think, right?
Yeah.
Rather than be honest.
Yeah,
Rather than be
but he saved money by not actually hiring someone to do it. He did it himself.
Fiscally conservative.
Yes.
Yeah, he's saving money. By the way, this reminds me, I used to get voicemails about a year ago. When I was looking to hire, and it was always about you, Joanne.
What?
Yes.
I don't know about this.
No, you don't?
What happened?
I got a bunch of phone calls. No, I got a bunch of phone calls. I think we have it.
Oh, no, you don't.
We have tape?
Did you make those phone calls?
What?
Hey, Greg. It's Jane Basinski. I hear you're getting your own show, and I got to tell you, you're making a huge mistake if you don't hire that Nosuchinsky girl. Hey, Greg. It's Jane again. Why aren't you returning my calls? Have you given any thought to what I said about the Nosuchinsky girl? Greg, it's Jane. Oh, my God. I'm so drugged. Oh, yeah. And if you can hire that Kat Timpf girl also. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Can you hire that Kat Timpf girl? She's really good. Okay. You want me to? Okay, good. Glasses. Oh, yeah, she's the one in the glasses. Okay, bye.
It kind of worked.
You know, I once met a Jane in a bar. She was a lovely woman, that Jane. I had no idea she did this.
I want to make 2 points in Trump's defense, even though I do think this is weird, and I think Hillary could play off this by saying he's not dangerous, he's just weird. That's the way. It's like that's actually what he's just. But the fact is, he led his life as if he wasn't going to run for office. It's like he's not like a lot of people who say, I know that I'm going to become a lawyer, and then from a lawyer, I'm going to become a congressman, senator, president. He's like, he never thought about.
But he's still running his life like he's not going to run for office. That's why he's winning.
Yeah, that's true.
Why he's winning.
And let's not forget, who wrote S&M porn for a living? Bernie Sanders.
Did he really?
Yes.
Jeez. Oh.
I know.
That's some shouty
You've
porn.
all read it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Granted, I also wrote porn briefly because what happens is they have ads in those editor and publisher magazines for like when you're young for writing and you don't know what you're sending away for, and then it turns out it's penthouse letters.
Right. I had no idea.
Yeah. All right.
The penthouse letter I wrote.
All right, let's do a brief transition. Trump and House Speaker Paul Ryan say they're totally committed to working together. The two held a meeting on Thursday, after which Ryan praised Trump as very warm and genuine and suggested that after initial hesitancy, he will very well endorse the GOP candidate. All right, Kat, thoughts on this? Legit, sincere, what?
No. Of course it's not sincere, but what else are they going to do? It's Paul Ryan's going to say, okay, well, no, like I'm still standing my ground. He's going to wait as long as he can. Eventually, he's going to say, all right, I support him, but secretly hope that Hillary wins so that it's 4 years instead of 8. The never Trumps are going to pretend to be, yeah, well, they've gone from like never, like, you know how when you count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're going to be grounded. All right, 4, like 4.5. They're doing like the 4.5, 4 3/4 because they're too scared to put the kid in timeout.
Yeah.
But that's what's going on.
I think it
Eventually,
is.
He'll give in.
I think it's like two people in high school that gossip about each other all year, and now they're on the same class project, and they have to work together.
You know what I think it is? Going off of that, it's the two kids from the different backgrounds who are teamed up for the project and actually sit down together and have a real conversation and realize, oh, maybe you're not that bad after all.
And fall in love.
Yes,
They
definitely.
fall in love.
But as soon as you sit down with Trump, he does have a very warm demeanor about him. He does have a way to kind of make you feel special. And Ryan just wants to feel special.
I kind of remember the first time you met Trump, he didn't even remember you.
He did not remember. I fought real hard for that.
Or Trump sat down and says, if you don't get on my side, I'm going to give somebody $1 billion to primary you. So.
Yeah, that's true. Or
special.
That meeting was probably about 28 seconds. They both sat down. They had their thing on. Trump wrote him a note across, slid it to him. He opened up and said bulletproof. He looked at him, got up and walked out. That's how that meeting went.
I don't know. I think they hummed together to Kid Rock songs, and they had a big male plushie they got on either end of. And I think there might have been some cosplay as well. Trump dressed up like the Wicked Emperor, and Paul Ryan was a little Yoda or whatnot, and they chased each other around. I think they tried to relate as only men can by sword fighting.
If only that were true, because that would make me very, very happy. I don't think the meeting went that as well as they claim, but they're going to have, you know what it is? It's an arranged marriage. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Saudi Arabia. It's great.
Those always work out.
Yeah.
They do.
Right.
Better than the other ones I hear. I don't know. All right, don't go anywhere. We've got 17 hours of show left. Hope you brought snacks. But first, like a cold virus that will never go away, Hillary can't shake the burn. Will she ever lock up the nomination, or will she get locked up first? Stay tuned. There are three things in this world that will be around forever: the Egyptian pyramids, Grey's Anatomy, and Bernie Sanders. Hillary, she can't shake him. They'll compete in Kentucky and Oregon primaries on Tuesday. But last week, Sanders crushed Clinton in West Virginia coal country. That's what happens when you say you're going to put coal out of business, then claim you were taken out of context. No one buys it, not even Jon Stewart.
What I think about Hillary Clinton is, I imagine to be a very bright woman without the courage of her convictions, because I'm not even sure what they are.
Well, that was mean, bearded dude. So how will this play out? Sanders is like the guy who shows up 3 hours before a flight and won't leave the airline counter until they switch his seat from window to aisle. He has that tenacity, which is code for an older person with a lot of time on his hands. Even the janitors know they'll be mopping up around him because he's not leaving. Do you notice that, Greg? That he... It's true.
Look, Joe Klein said it in Time magazine, and my whole family's from Brooklyn on my dad's side. Every Jew has an Uncle Bernie, okay? You go to Thanksgiving dinner, you want more gravy? We need a revolution in gravy! Are you going to spit on me through the whole dinner? The young white millennial goyim who vote for him think he's cute because he yells and stuff.
Yeah.
But they've never been to a family reunion.
Yeah, yes. Up close and personal.
He's shouty.
Yes.
He's got nothing else to do. He knows if he gets out, it's over. And
No,
he's got to go away after this.
I don't think he's going to go away because of he's beloved now.
But why does he have to go away?
Yeah.
Like, Hillary has super delegates,
Right.
which can change. So she's not really that much further ahead if you look at just how the delegates are going.
Right.
I think it's great for the process. Obviously, America is not completely decided with their Democratic choice. So pressuring him to get out, I think, is unfair and wrong.
He's got nothing to do but play bridge when he gets out, though.
He can bridge. He can do whatever he wants to do, whatever old people do. I mean, I've never seen an old guy in the gym.
They go to Florida.
You know,
No, they tailgate.
I live in Florida.
They tailgate.
And they can do it. The process keeps going. I wish on the GOP side that we would have the same thing happening. Because Trump's just going to get lazy and, make bad mistakes. This is good for the Democrats that they're having this fight.
So that's keeping her on her toes?
Yeah, I think so, because Sanders is hitting her with big stuff. And at the same time, it's not as locked up as everyone think it is. So why should he get out? America is about his choice. People are voting for him.
Yeah.
He should stay in.
Yeah. For the right reasons, Joe?
Well, I think so. I mean, he's beating her in almost every demographic of voters. And I think that goes to kind of what Greg was saying. Young people like the yelling. They like all of that because it's a movement. So Bernie...
It's like he's having a movement.
Bernie Sanders...
Metamucil.
Bernie Sanders is a movement while Hillary is a moo-moo. Which would you rather be in?
Yeah, but Sanders is like...
No, you're talking about the dress.
It was. That's what I meant. It's a play on words, people. Like,
Yeah, no, I think that it was construed as an animal term, but you were talking about the actual gown.
it's a moo-moo. You know, like a dressing gown.
T-shirt.
Yeah, it's a long T-shirt.
We watch the Golden Girls here, so we all know.
I wear one too. Greg, remember that time you stopped by early?
Obviously. You and I have worn shifts together since the Alan Carr era. You would like to relax around the house? I wear a medallion. I get in the hot tub. I put a moo-moo on.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is a guy who's basically Santa Claus. I mean, he's promising, he's like, vote for me, I'll give you free crap, anything it is. I don't care, car, school, whatever. And that's why people are voting for him, because my generation doesn't know any better.
No, that's true. They don't understand where stuff comes from.
Exactly.
Well, he's still taking money from people to run his campaign, so he's got to do something.
Yeah, that's
true. He can't
true.
just take the money and then go, I'm quitting today, and I'm not giving you the $50 million.
Gamble it on bingo.
Yeah, and as a socialist, I doubt he's going to redistribute it.
Oh, no, I don't think so now. I mean, although everyone in Vermont could get $50 or whatever.
That's true. And they could spend it on maple syrup.
Yeah, 7. Vermont's a dinky state. It's Rhode Island without the mafia. You know it.
It's you know what? It's the bed and breakfast mafia.
Right.
You know?
It's a maple syrup mafia.
Yeah, exactly. They find you in a vat, sticking to things. Kat, you love Hillary.
Right, no. I actually do kind of like Bernie, though. Even though I don't agree with anything he thinks, I kind of want to hang out with him. I kind of do want to go one of those dinners. I could, like, see myself going to, like, brunch with him. Like, mimosas, and, like, he starts...
He's not that kind of guy.
I start yelling. I start telling him too much stuff about myself. We have a good time. I wake up. But with Hillary, like, that wouldn't be fun, brunch with Hillary. Well, right. I would, like, first of all, I would feel like I had to bring a food tester. I would recommend that we... Thank you.
I think Hillary gets a bad rap about her personality because
she doesn't have one.
No, but unfair. Look, she might actually be a tough lady. That could be fun. I think she's a tough lady.
I love when people talk about her personality like it's bad when Donald Trump exists. Like he's some spring breeze, like he's a basket of kisses from a child, like he's a visit from a butterfly, like he's a warm Scirocco in the night started with date palms. He's bloviating. He screams everything he says. He has weird white eye makeup, and her personality's bad.
You know what? Okay,
Hillary Clinton can drink. We've all seen her do it. She takes a glass of whiskey, bang, like that. Bernie is not going to do that. You're not going to have that happen. He's going to eat soup with a fork.
That's not whiskey. That's not whiskey. That's formaldehyde.
But you know what? You know, the myth that Bernie is friendly and likable is a myth because people that know him say he's hard to be around.
He's that guy driving 25 in a 75, and I'm stuck behind him.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's screaming, "Go around!" That's him. He's not.
Why are you honking?
To wrap it up, this is the year of the negative vote. People are going to vote for Hillary because they don't like Trump, and people are going to vote for Trump because they don't like Hillary. Everything's negative, and they're going to vote for Sanders because he's not their daddy. But they think he is. Right. All right. Up next, is Facebook stifling conservative stories on its trending news section? I don't know. I just like saying the word stifle. Stifle, stifle, stifle America. Here's what Facebook is good for. Checking up on your first girlfriend, then liking photos of her kid's birthday party. It's not creepy at all. It's also great for watching those videos where they take ground beef and shredded cheese and put them in a bread bowl and then smush it down with a weight. Looks so good. But I'm too lazy to make that, so I just watch it because I'm weird. But it turns out a big percentage of millennials and baby boomers get their political news from Facebook. It's like getting an EKG off Craigslist. And this week, a report claimed Facebook suppressed conservative news stories on its trending list. Facebook chief Mark Zuckerberg says there's no evidence, but Facebook is also accused of manipulating the list so articles that weren't really trending got bigger play, such as pieces like this, which showed up including Mark Zuckerberg is awesome. How did Mark Zuckerberg get so handsome? And Mark Zuckerberg can bench press twice his own body weight. That is not suspicious at all. Anyway, he vows to meet with conservative leaders to talk about it, which I guess means me, so I better buy a cool hoodie. Carl, do you think they're actively trying to suppress conservative information? Does it matter because it's a private company? I don't know.
Not really. I mean, like, I'd love them to put only conservative stuff out there because I think all liberal stuff is BS. But I think that right now, let it go, and the millennials are only going to still get their news from there, so you're not going to stop that.
Yeah, that's true. And that's Greg.
But then you have Twitter.
Yeah.
So just don't go on Facebook.
Yeah, but I enjoy Facebook. I really do because I like talking to my fans, Greg.
Yeah.
All for.
I don't have any fans.
All the ones who are older and can't get around anymore.
You're talking about my core audience.
Yeah, the one thing Facebook does disseminate is bromides and pictures of rainbows and things like that, or live your life like it's never, dance like no one sees you, and there's a picture of a unicorn. I think it's useful for that, and for disseminating misinformation. I think Facebook is a tremendous source of misinformation. In fact, it's one of the key sources of misinformation I use.
Or you could read Drudge Report. I mean, that's fine too. An actual news site. Wow.
But you know what? It does. That's where I learned the phrase YOLO. Right. Thank you, Facebook.
Right.
I don't even know what it means.
Why don't we just get our information from Snapchat? You know what I mean?
That's not a thing?
Yeah. What's going on? What's happening? Tyrus?
It's Facebook. Facebook.
Yeah.
I picked which Marvel superhero I'd be. And I had to do it like 6 times to be Hulk. I kept being like Ant-Man, and some other people. Like, no, I wanted to be Hulk. It's Facebook. If you're getting your news from Facebook, I'm gonna unfriend your ass because you're an idiot. I will go on my Facebook right now and I'll be like, World Star, Kitty does the hula hoop, ooh, Kitty does the hula hoop. Yeah. Bernie Sanders beat up the mafia in a fit. Like, they make stuff. It's Facebook.
Yeah.
If I was conservative, I would wear it as a badge of honor that they were running my stuff on Facebook.
Good point.
I mean, that information is, boobs. That's what Facebook is. And
wait, that's on Facebook?
It's kind of.
No, they don't.
I'm going to report you.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's Facebook. It's Facebook.
Is it Facebook?
Go somewhere else.
I can tell you that.
I'm gonna go, Joe. As a man approaching his middle age, I only go on Facebook to look at high school classmates and see how homely they are. And they'll be doing that to you at some point.
And then the ones who aren't so homely, you send a little message to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of infidelity on Facebook as well, people. Not that I know.
No. That was a good morning television guest voice.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I disagree that most people, young people, get their news from Facebook. They get it from The Daily Show. They get it from John Oliver. They get it from these late night shows. A lot of the clips end up on Facebook, but you can find those clips anywhere. And so I think it's just going to say that it's not the traditional sources of news anymore. And I wasn't aware that like the trending topics were necessarily like the news topics. I think that's what a lot of people are upset about. But it's like we said, it's a private company. You should always be skeptical about their practices. Any business, I believe, you shouldn't trust anyone wholeheartedly.
Speaking of that, Kat, you trust no one, including yourself. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, and this is an outrage. This is the gosh dang gone liberal media suppressing my views. Do you know I've written some really good articles and columns for National Review that did not go super viral? This is why.
Yes, blame them. Blame them.
Thanks a lot, Mark Zuckerberg. I see you.
Wow. I don't even know what that means anymore.
Me neither.
Yeah. I'm tired. Can we just retire the word viral, by the way?
No.
Okay. Well, I got that answer rather quickly.
I was going to say it.
All right, I'm excited about the next block, so don't go anywhere. Coming up, Doomsday Etiquette. Should you feel obligated to help your neighbors during the apocalypse? That's next.
If you'll be in the New York area and would like to be part of our studio audience, email Greg Tix at foxnews.com.
Will you help friends when the world ends? Yes, the business of prepping for the apocalypse is booming. From New York City to rural Idaho, wherever that is, sales of panic rooms and underground bunkers are reportedly up across the country. I actually purchased a panic room to put inside my underground bunker. It's where I keep my David Cassidy figurines. They'll be worth something. Anyway, one contractor whose bunker costs about $500 grand says his customers, quote, want a bunker right now because they feel the country is doomed after the election. So if you spend $500,000 prepping for the worst, are you obligated to let your neighbor who didn't think ahead to join you in your bunker? We discussed this in a new segment I'm calling
Greg's Doomsday Etiquette.
Put a lot of work into that. Carl, how would you... I have a feeling that as a SEAL, this is right up your alley.
Yeah, right? You could say I'm prepared.
Yes.
So the only thing more impressive than my arms collection is my ammo collection. And the only thing more impressive than that is my food collection. So the fact is, though, I have prepared for myself and my immediate family and things like that. If my neighbor comes over, I don't really like my neighbor anyway. So no. But the fact of the matter is, you have to prove that you can sustain your own life for an extended period of time. And then maybe if you bring a skill, like, I don't know, if you're a doctor, lawyers are out the door. But if you have some sort of habitable skill, then yes, you can come in after you've proven you can survive for 30 days or so. Otherwise,
you know what you're like? You're like a guy whose panic room would be glass windows so you could watch your neighbors die. And you just sit there like this. You just sit there with a beer. Yeah. You sit there with a beer, and
that's
you're like,
turret on top of my house.
And they're just clutching the wall.
Bye-bye.
Proops, are you a giving person? Would you, if I came to your door as a leech, would you let me in?
Well, if it was you, Greg, I know you, so no. But if it was just a random neighbor, possibly. All I want is a bag of weed and some papers that can survive the apocalypse. That don't go on the first flash of the atomic bomb or whatever, the Zika virus or whatever it is that's going to take us all down. I want a bottle of codeine and maybe a Slurpee machine. Just keep the love
here's
going.
Here's the most important thing that people forget about: toilet paper.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah.
I stock that stuff.
To that point.
Yes.
I think, should you help your neighbors? No, but you should be allowed to cherry pick your sex slaves, because that's really what it's going to be about.
Yes.
I have my bunker with my ammunition, and there's 60 people, and be like, no. Yes. It's going to be a club.
Yeah,
it's like a huge club.
You're like David Lee Roth looking out at the audience.
No, wait. Can you do splits? You're in. Come on in.
What?
You know, like that's. Let's be real.
There should totally be a strip club
you're not
called
coming in.
Bunker.
Yeah, but that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be.
Now that's frightening to me, because as somebody who has no skills,
I
will be judged by my utility. I will be one of your sex slaves.
Maybe, yes.
I will be one of your
Greg, orange ball, leather pants, come on in.
Right.
Greg's strapping good looks are good for the procreation of society post-apocalypse.
Right, that's the thing. If there is an apocalypse, I can't cook or boil
Yes, I know.
I don't even know how to operate a doorknob.
You have to show a little more skin. Probably have to cut the sleeves off.
We're all going to be the victims, but I have a solution for that. Kat, I don't see you having a panic room, because as a neurotic, every room is a panic room.
Yeah, I mean, I have plenty of like canned beans and Xanax at home for a situation, but I'm not sharing it.
No.
No way. I'd be like, now people want to come over. Right? You can't handle me at my watching Teen Mom reruns while I Google myself. You don't deserve me at my doomsday preparation time.
Wow. That's called holding a grudge. Holding a grudge. Joe,
50 Shades is weird.
I have a theory that because I have no skills, why be the person who hides? Why don't I become the bad person, like the radioactive marauder? Everybody worries about protecting themselves. Why not just become the zombie? Why not just get the radiation and then run around and be the scary person?
I think you die in those cases, like you become a zombie or something else.
Because I would shoot you.
Yeah.
No, but I'd already be dead. I'd be a zombie.
But I know what you mean. Everyone's
quitter.
Everyone's thinking about like playing by the rules and playing it safe or whatever. But if it is a free for all, you may as well be free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you guys are stuck in your panic rooms, but I'm the guy causing the panic.
My panic room is going to be 50 Shades of Weird. You're still coming in. Zombie, bring him in. Let's get weird. There's no more cable. We got stuff to do.
You're going to chain up the zombie and make me dance.
Yeah, I have a cheetah on one chain, Greg the zombie on the other. We're good.
You know what?
Good.
It's starting to sound great. Last word, Greg?
Well, you said you have no skills, so what I need least in the apocalypse is an incompetent zombie stalking me, chasing me around going, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with you. I'm vague about this.
I'm tired.
Like, if we're all going to be doomed, let's die.
Yeah, that is true. There's something better out there, I guess. Time to take a break. That's just some lingo we use in the TV biz. It means commercial. Up next, it's commencement season, and Joe and Kat take apart the big speeches. Note, as always, I am available to speak, provided I am paid in cash and get to sleep in the gym. Commencement season, a time of innocence when hopeful graduates are under the illusion that their dreams are still possible. A new survey found that only 12 conservative speakers were chosen to speak at America's top 100 university in comparison to 45 speakers with a liberal bias. Boo! There you go. That's called applause fishing. Anyway, Joanne, should we be shocked by this news?
Yes, but the future is looking bright for conservative speakers because both Kat and I were asked to speak at recent graduations, and I think we have the tape.
Oh.
Board of Trustees, members of faculty, parents and graduates, it is my honor to offer this year's commencement address.
Because I know that after this, no one will care what I have to say again.
Today is a wonderful day for celebration, self-reflection, and inspiration. 4 years ago, you were scared freshmen about to embark on an incredible journey.
And now, 4 years later, you still don't know anything. Although this time you're a little older, and you're going to keep getting older and less attractive until no one wants to touch you.
You're all going to be winners, because with a degree in your hand, you can accomplish anything.
Soon you're all going to be doing laundry downtown while a man touches himself and stares at you because you decided to move to the city and couldn't afford your own washing machine.
So take risks, because the bigger the risk, the greater the reward.
As long as you understand that the bigger the risk, the bigger the chance you'll go bankrupt or contract gonorrhea, which, by the way, is becoming increasingly resistant to antibiotics.
Now, there will be crossroads and hurdles and bridges to clear, but with your conscience as your guide, you can weather any storm.
You will find yourself unable to compete with the 4% of the U.S. population who are sociopaths, not limited by moral constraints, who will screw you over and crush your dreams in pursuit of their own.
Congratulations and best wishes.
Congratulations, best wishes, and good luck. You're gonna need it.
Kat, that was pretty harsh. Pretty harsh. Do you owe them an apology?
No, they owe me a thank you.
Yes, that's true. Wow. Well, anyway, Greg, any commencement address ideas?
Yeah.
But,
I don't think it's a coincidence that you wouldn't want conservative speakers at your commencement address, because you want to believe that there's a future that includes women and minorities and things like that. And drugs. We're not going to be shooting each other from trucks or whatever it is. That Duck Dynasty is not the future, and that we're not going to live in an idiocracy. So I can see why you might want to have a liberal who would come in and go like, look, you're a little girl. One day there's a future for you. You could be president, instead of women. Their high-peeping voices are going right through my feelings.
I think Tyrus is going to hit you.
No, I was going to hug him. I'm going to be honest. I went through two graduations, and different college, high school, and both commencement speeches could have been conservative, liberal, Jesus. It sounded like this, wah, wah, wah. I was like, oh, just keep your head up, don't throw up, and so on.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't,
It is.
The speech was really pointless. Although, because I really didn't care. I just wanted to get out of there. I mean, the graduation thing is for the parents.
Did you graduate college?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
College San Mateo?
No, I went to Berkeley.
Oh,
believe it or not.
You went to Cal.
Yes, I did. But I lived down the street from CSM, where you went.
That's what I did.
College of San Mateo.
I never graduated college, so I never heard of commencement.
I've never sat through a commencement speech. I have no college degree. I dropped out after 9/11, joined the military. And, after writing 2 books and running for Congress and running a couple businesses and being a SEAL, I came back and I was like, well, maybe I'll go ahead and get my degree. I said, this generation is hopeless. Here, welcome to the workforce. We have 93 million people out of the workforce, but yet somehow we still compute 5% unemployment somehow. It's like, good luck.
There you go. You wrapped in every major conservative talking point to offset your major left-wing talking point. That's fair and balanced.
I don't speak in talking points. I speak from the heart.
You don't have a heart.
Yeah. I do too.
No.
It's big enough to include all of you.
Yes, because it's been enlarged by cocaine.
It's not cocaine, it's weed.
All right. Up next, our final thoughts. I don't think any show has ever come up with this concept, but everybody's going to have a final thought. You will not want to miss this. We're almost out of time, so...
What you've wanted to say all show, but haven't had the chance to say, so here's your chance to say it. Right now.
All right. Proopies. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I was on Red Eye the other night, and that Tom Shalhoub is terrific. I mean, he's knocking it out of the park. I can't remember who the old host was, but I just felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Also, I'll be at Caroline's next weekend for all my friends, conservative and liberal. Here in New York City.
Yes. All right, Tyrus, thoughts, final?
Boobs.
Well, that really was a final thought. You put a lot of thought into that one.
I'm still there.
Yes. Carl, anything?
How do I follow that? No, I brought copies of my book for all the people in the audience today. So Enemies Forming. It's free.
It's free.
It's free. So get it, and you can read it or use it as a prop up your monitor or something, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. See, that was a really good final thought.
That was.
Yeah,
That was very
nice.
What, booze?
Oh. Kat?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't understand why relationships with men with me are so difficult. Because I have a great relationship with my dad, and I just don't know why that doesn't, like, translate.
Revert back to the zombie segment.
You caught me at an emotional time.
Joanne, anything?
Yes, I want to say congratulations to Rider University's class of 2016 who graduated yesterday. That's where I went to school, and it's awesome. Congratulations.
Excellent. All right. Great show, great audience. Thank you, Greg Proops, Tyrus, Carl Higbie, Joanne and Katherine, and our lovely, beautiful studio audience. I'm Greg Gutfeld, and I love you, America.